What's up party people, welcome back to the Beyond Network. Today we're going to be breaking down the first Ubisoft Forward showcase. In this episode we will just be breaking down what was revealed and the new details shared with us, but I will have more detailed videos on the individual games coming to the channel very soon. So they kicked off their digital showcase with a stylish short film cum trailer for Watch Dogs Legion from director Alberto Mielgo. It's narrated throughout and describes the breakdown of London and how the press and other resistance to the regime was crushed. It then reveals that the narrator was the taxi driver who aids the DedSec member that's on the run throughout the trailer. It was a great way to kick off the show, and the style was highly evocative of Into the Spider-Verse. Considering Mielgo worked on both that and Love, Death and Robots, this certainly makes a lot of sense, and I gladly watch long-form content in this style in future. We then got an in-engine and gameplay trailer showing the different characters you can recruit, which is literally anyone, and the unique gameplay experience you'll have as you choose different people with different skills to tackle certain missions throughout the game. So it's safe to say everyone's experience will be wholly unique. Story-wise, after London was attacked by a mysterious terrorist, they hand control over to a private military corporation by the name of Albion to keep the nation's capital safe. Led by Nigel Cass, who will likely be the game's main villain, what he sees as a true, safe and secure London is in fact extreme martial law. This is where you and your ragtag group of rebels come in to defeat Albion and free this dystopian version of London from its clutches. We were then finally treated to a release date which is, you guessed it, this year. Legion will launch on Thursday, October 29th, 2020. Welcome to the Resistance. Next up they showed off Brawlhalla and some stats about its player base, as well as revealing that it will launch on mobile a few short weeks from now on August 6th. They continued with the mobile games, highlighting Might and Magic, Era of Chaos, its exceedingly positive reviews and large player base. We then had a fun, stylised / cartoony action-packed trailer involving Rainbow Six Siege operators, as well as Sam Fisher himself, extracting El Sueño, the villain from Ghost Recon Wildlands. At the end of the trailer we see El Sueño on their side with a weapon, suggesting that Ubisoft villains may be playable in Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, which was of course revealed last year. No release date was given, apart from that it was coming soon, so I would expect it by the end of the year. There was then a sizzle reel thanking Rainbow Six Siege's 60 million players for making the game such a success since it launched 5 years ago. This showed streamer reactions and footage from Siege tournaments. This was all to reinforce the fact that they'll be supporting Siege for years to come and are just getting started. So, if you're like me and we're hoping for a new story-driven Rainbow Six game like Vegas 2, I'm afraid you may be waiting a very long time after Patriots was cancelled a few years ago. We then moved on to Hyperscape, the surprise battle royale from Ubisoft, the tech test for which took place last weekend, which if you were on Twitch at all during that period, you definitely wouldn't have missed. Hyperscape is a very fast-paced first-person battle royale set in the virtual world of Neo Arcadia. You'll have access to various weapons and hacks that can give you an edge in battle as you fight out in squads of 3 or solo to become the next Crown Rush champion. They had a CGI story trailer which detailed the lore of the game, stating that the company Prisma created the hub for the 10 billion around the world who reside in the Earth's megacities now that pollution, among other things, has tainted the Earth somewhat. Think of the hub like the Oasis from Ready Player One, a way for everyone to escape the mundanity of their real lives. Within the hub is Crown Rush, the battle royale in which winning can make you a star. The trailer suggested that people are disappearing and that there is something deeper within the hub. Whether or not that gets explored within the game is yet to be seen, but I'm hoping it does, as the Hyperscape world is an interesting one. And by the way, the open beta is available right now on PC, with console launching free to play later this year with cross-play support. As you can imagine, there will be various customization options and a battle pass, because what's a battle royale without a battle pass to grind through? There was then a message from the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, confirming that Xbox Smart Delivery will support both Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This means if you buy them on Xbox, you'll get them for free on Xbox Series X, enabling DirectX 12 ray tracing for those games. I would also expect 4K 60 FPS support for these games, but that's unconfirmed at this time. We were then given more information on the story of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that as Ivor, you will travel to England to settle, not as a barbaric Viking that history incorrectly portrays. You'll encounter Anglo-Saxon factions and have to create alliances within England to succeed and create a place for you and your clan. They mentioned a revamped combat system to enable brutal combat, dual wielding of any two weapons, as well as stealth aspects like the signature blend, as well as building of a community. How deep this goes we don't yet know, but I would think it is likely gather resources in order to build a blacksmith, for example, to gain access to new weapons or armor, and that this will progress with the story rather than having your own city building minigame. This certainly looks to be an interesting one, considering the raids and assaults you can do to besiege particular settlements. They'll also be touching on Norse mythology throughout the game, which is a no-brainer in my opinion, but I'll have more for you on that in my detailed Valhalla video in the next couple of days. Assassin's Creed launches Tuesday, November 17th, 2020. Finally, we had a message from Ubisoft's Yves Guillemot, and one more thing that he wanted to show us as always. This was a Netflix-style opening credit sequence which led into a gorgeous CGI trailer for Far Cry 6, starring the one and only Giancarlo Esposito of Breaking Bad, Maze Runner and The Mandalorian fame. He is Anton Castillo, El Presidente of a nation trying to resist his rule. Throughout the trailer, he's describing the nation and its issues to his son, who will likely play a big part within the story and trying to mould him into the leader the country needs. One just like him. We know it's going to be set in a fictional version of Cuba, which I think is really exciting, as it will give us a good mix of urban environments for once, rather than just outposts and vast jungles. I'm really quite excited for this next installment after the fun I had with Far Cry 5. Yeah, New Dawn was enjoyable, but this should really be something. I expected this to release early 2021 like the last 3 installments, and this was confirmed at the end of the trailer with a February 18th 2021 release date. That's everything from July's Ubisoft Forward. We didn't get more information on Rainbow Six Quarantine or Skull and Bones, which could have been cancelled, or Beyond Good and Evil 2. However, they did announce that this is only the first Ubisoft Forward and that there will be another one later this year, so maybe we'll get more information then. Thanks for watching this Beyond Network breakdown. Let me know what you thought of the event in the comments, and as always, subscribe to keep it locked on the Beyond Network.